Hello and welcome back to Mancave City. This video we're going to do what we should have done in the last video, and that is actually changing all these tiles, plus there's a load of sorting to do and maybe even a few extras. So like I said in the last one, we were supposed to be doing it in that one, but I ended up doing this whole layout, which in a way kind of makes things easier. But I want all my modulars to have the dark tiles so they all match, because it just looks a lot better. But then where I've done mocks or I've had the actual ones, I've changed it for the light grey because I had all the light grey paving. I've decided I'm actually going to go for the dark grey, because I've realised if I have the dark grey, then I have the light grey as a curb. It kind of splits the difference on the colour, whereas if I have a dark grey curb on a dark grey plate, it just doesn't make sense and doesn't make that curb pop. Right, so as I look around, yeah, we kind of got dark grey there and light grey for the path. That kind of makes sense, but again, things like that I'm gonna have to figure out. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then 12, 13, 14 if you include the 2 train stations. So that is all the ones I've got to convert over to the dark grey paths. Whether I do light grey on this bit as a path, I'm not quite sure yet. I'm thinking I might do a big lake type thing down the middle of here, but again, that's just an idea. I've seen a few people do it, or like a big greenery area or something like that, and it looks really good. But let's do one thing at a time, shall we? Not get carried away. Another job that will need doing is every single one of the road plates that I've got down will also need to be paved and curbed and everything else as well. So yeah, that's another job to do. Another good excuse for working, changing all the city around and everything else, is you get to give everything a bloody good dust down, because it is absolutely minging. Alright, so for a start, we've got the pub done. I've rejigged the Lego store a little bit, so the blocks are now up on the top instead of on the bottom, so that adds a little bit more detail to it. Instead of the crisscross I had before, I've tidied up the Asda store so that matches. And I've done the X Mansion, so I've still got the aquarium to do and all of them before I even look at going over that side. And it may have taken me a long while, but it is pretty much done. So I've got all of these done. I've got these done. And then I've got to do like a little car park area there. That one's done, that one's done. They're all done. And then, what else? You got the town hall. So I've got to decide what I'm doing with the firehouse. I've got to change the path on the school. I've just noticed that one that I've missed. I've got the path here that I've got to change, but again, I haven't decided what I'm doing with it yet. And that one, oh, I've got fun hole to change. But the downfall is I'm starting to run very low on my dark grey pieces already, so that's going to be fun. Oh, and I've got that bit to do as well. And it just keeps on coming, doesn't it? And the the train station can stay the same, because that one's a bit different as well. Right, so I've done everything I can for now. That's been stripped, that's been stripped. All that has been changed, looks a lot better. I've changed this bit so obviously the road continues over. Haven't done the school or the fire station as of yet. I've got to do all down here because it needs doing to match, just like that little strip there. But at the same time, I've got no dark pieces left. Well, I have, but I wouldn't exactly say it's enough to get the job done. And I don't know if you've noticed while I've been walking around and showing parts, but I've even got the idea for the petrol station to go in as well, so we'll see what happens with that. Rainbow Hotel has been put back up and looks amazing. Bricks have been added to the top of the Lego shop. This way, when I put the stairs in, they can come up, they can walk around. There's a little alleyway to get to the back of the Lego shop. They've got a clear path to walk across, round onto there. Haven't done that because I've got to redo the whole thing anyway, because I've got to have stairs coming up both sides. And then I've redone this one so it all comes round. I've got to take the level off there. Well, I ain't got to do nothing with that. That's all fine. That's not a problem. But yeah, slowly but surely, progress is being made. Just doesn't feel like it's going very well. But at the same time, it's like looking at all these. I can see all the backs of these buildings, but again, the only way you're going to see it is if I come round the front like this. Okay, so here's where my dilemma comes in. So, yes, I've gone for the dark grey with all the modulars, although this fun hole set basically has a light grey theme with a little dark grey to it, so I've had to kind of leave that as it is. But at the same time, I've got all the roads, extra paving and stuff like that I need to do. I think I'm going to leave them two as they are because that's going to get rebuilt anyway. That'll get rebuilt anyway. This I might need to have a look at. But then at the same time, if I have a look in here, I've just got loads of light grey tiles. So do I use them? Paths might be a bit odd though. So little man's come to join me. Say hi. Hi. And we're looking at what we're going to do with all this. So I think the next thing I've got to do is sort out the structural integrity of the floating shelves, and then sort out the buildings that's going to go underneath it, because once that is in place, everything else can start taking shape. Then there's a lot of stuff to do over here. So we've got the fuel garage, and I'm also thinking of doing like a car sales place maybe, you know, just as another gap filler. So plenty of things to work on. Oh, and I need to get a church as well, because every town or city has obviously a cinema, has a town hall, it's got fire, it's got police and a church. That's the main way things go. Oh, and the hospital. So you got to have all the main buildings, haven't you? Speaking of building the structural integrity, I've just realised my train hits into that. So another thing to work on. So while I'm working on the new structure and thinking about a wrap, we have a new parcel. So I'll show you, we've got a 10 pack of stairs there. We've got an 8 pack of some church windows here. But if you want to know what that is, you'll have to wait and see. Houston, we have a problem. What happened, Harry? Oh no, we was playing with the train and what happened? It broke through there. And what? Look at the look at it all. Uh-oh. Right, so my final job for this video is the structures are done on both sides, all leveled out with my spirit level. So now I've got to plan everything else around it, get the tunnel done. But hey, that'll all be in another video. The next one might even be whatever's in that parcel. And I've got to get that sorted. All fun and games. Right, so that's all I've got for you in this one. So thank you all very much for watching as usual. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell, and I'll see ya in the next video. Bye-bye.